Chapter 7. Idi Amin, the Butcher of Uganda. In the heart of Africa, during the early 1970s, Uganda fell under the shadow of a man whose reign of terror would leave a lasting stain on the continent's history. His name was Idi Amin Dada, a man who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most brutal and unpredictable dictators of the 20th century. To some, he was a charismatic populist. To others, he was a madman, a butcher, and a symbol of absolute power gone horribly wrong. A soldier before a statesman, Idi Amin was born around 1925 in Kiboko, in what was then the British Protectorate of Uganda. He joined the King's African Rifles, a colonial regiment of the British Army, where he rose through the ranks due to his physical prowess and ruthless discipline. He served in Burma, Kenya, and Somalia, gaining a reputation for his brutality and fearlessness. After Uganda gained independence from Britain in 1962, Amin became a close ally of then-Prime Minister Milton Obote. But it wouldn't last. By 1971, Obote had lost the trust of his military, and while he was out of the country, Amin staged a coup d'etat, a swift, bloodless military takeover that was initially met with cheers from the public. Little did they know that their new leader would turn the country into a living nightmare. A reign of madness begins. Amin proclaimed himself president and quickly consolidated power. At first, he was perceived as a jovial, humorous leader. He even played the accordion and excelled at swimming and boxing. But his public persona masked a mind increasingly spiraling into paranoia and delusion. What followed was 8 years of absolute terror. Amin expelled tens of thousands of Asians from Uganda, claiming they were sabotaging the economy. In reality, this decision decimated Uganda's economy. The exodus stripped the country of its skilled workers, traders, and financiers. He launched purges within the military, targeting Obote loyalists, intellectuals, journalists, and anyone he perceived as a threat. Over 300,000 Ugandans are estimated to have been murdered during his rule, many tortured, dismembered, or dumped in the Nile River. Families disappeared overnight. Government ministers were executed in public. Dissent was crushed before it could breathe. The cult of personality. Amin declared himself president for life, lord of all the beasts of the earth and fishes of the seas, and even added conqueror of the British Empire to his list of self-appointed titles. He adorned his image on currency, buildings, and portraits that hung in every public space. But behind this theatrical facade was a deeply insecure man driven by fear, superstition, and violence. He kept a private security network of informants who reported on civilians, leading to more disappearances and executions. His paranoia worsened with time, and he was rumored to dabble in witchcraft and ritualistic ceremonies to maintain his grip on power. International outrage and isolation. At first, the world watched with curiosity, then horror. Amin's bizarre behavior became international news. He praised Hitler. He offered to mediate in global conflicts while hosting state dinners with human heads allegedly kept in freezers. He cut ties with the West and aligned with Libya, the Soviet Union, and other rogue states. By the late 1970s, Amin had managed to isolate Uganda both economically and politically. The final straw came in 1978 when he invaded neighboring Tanzania. The move was disastrous. Tanzania retaliated by launching a full-scale invasion of Uganda, working with Ugandan exiles who sought to overthrow Amin. By April 1979, Kampala had fallen, and Amin had fled, first to Libya, then Saudi Arabia, where he lived the rest of his life in exile until his death in 2003. Legacy of a butcher. Idi Amin left behind a broken nation, a legacy of fear, and a trail of bodies. His name became synonymous with tyranny and bloodshed. Uganda would take decades to recover from the psychological and structural devastation he unleashed. His rule serves as a chilling reminder of what happens when power is given to the wrong man, and when the world turns its back while atrocities unfold. Idi Amin didn't just murder his enemies, he murdered hope. And even today, the ghosts of his regime haunt Uganda's past, demanding remembrance.